Every day for 51 years, a Sioux City man prayed to meet his daughter. Now, with the help of DNA testing, they've been reunited. Thanks for joining us. I'm Larry WENTZ, and tonight their story is first at 9. Our Vivian and RENNIE sat down with them to find out why it took so long. Vivian?
In the wake of the Vietnam War, thousands of soldiers returned home without knowing the children they left behind. Half a century later, most still have no answers. But now one local father and his long-lost daughter finally have the answers that they've prayed for.
I asked myself, who's my mother? Who's my father? Why they left me?
Lynn Hugel grew up in the rubble of post-war Vietnam. Like so many others who are called Amerasians, the product of a relationship between a Vietnamese woman and an American soldier who rarely knew a child was expected.
When I went prepared to die.
While there, he met a local woman who cleaned the service members' homes and eventually took a liking to a soldier named James.
She was my house girl along with many other guys. And I was there for approximately 3 months.
His unit was moved just days after finding out a baby was on the way.
After I left, I knew she was pregnant. Her mother was pregnant. And I prayed for her mother and her for 51 years.
Abandoned on the steps of a hospital by her struggling mother and an outcast from society because of her heritage, she never knew her biological family. She moved to the U.S. in the 90s and made a life of her own. But after a half-century of unanswered questions, she went on the hunt for her truth.
So I took a DNA test on Christmas Eve.
There were 3 DNA matches, all pointing towards James FENCEROY.
This moment I never forget.
On her 50th birthday in February, Lynn got a call that would change her life.
I called her and I sing, "Happy birthday to you."
For 50 years I never heard his voice, but when I heard he sang, and I believe he is my father.
Happy birthday to you.
2 months after that first phone call, Lynn was on her way to Sioux City.
Oh, Lord, thank you. Thank you.
That's for time in 50 years. I see my father face to face. And I just want to hold him because I lost him for 50 years, so I don't want to lose him again.
After a lifetime without answers, the pieces are finally falling into place, not only when it comes to her father, but also for her mother, who she's still searching for.
Her mother had given me a picture of her, and I've kept that picture for 51 years. And I was able to give Lynn the picture of her mother.
In 51 years, that's the first time I see her picture and I see her face, her beautiful face.
Together at last, they have found many of the missing pieces.
I knew I had a child there, and I didn't know how to go by finding my child, not really, but I prayed God would take care of her. And out of 51 years, it came to pass.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I just say, thank you, Lord.
A group called Amerasians Without Borders estimates that more than 25,000 children were born to U.S. servicemen during the Vietnam War. Most of them have never found family members, but those who have, including Lynn Hugel, are urging service members and their children to continue searching even 50 years after the war ended. In Sioux City, Vivian, RENNIE, back to you.